Hi, this is Juniper from Solavi Studio. Welcome to my backyard. Joyfully uniting nature-inspired perceptions with evolving rhythm. So, last week I was rereading How to Know Higher Worlds by Rudolf Steiner, and one of the exercises in there is what's that? I think there is a deer in my yard. Can you see that? Hello? Eating the laurel bush that seeded itself. That's a treat. Okay, we'll get back to it. Sorry, there was a deer who walked through the other day with, the fawns were born a few weeks ago, so the fawns are just like so tiny and spotted and they're so cute. So anyways, so one of the exercises was, oh no, it's eating the, one of the exercises was to feel yourself as part of the whole. And for me, that is very easy in nature. And I think that's due to my upbringing. The town that I was closest to, we were 3.5 miles out of town. The population was 800. After I moved away, a few years after I moved away, they put in the stoplight on the highway, because otherwise it was just stop signs or you just had to wait for the highway traffic to go through. So, oh, she's so pretty. There's been some, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the deer. There's been some young bucks, and right now their horns are super velvety, so there's been a lot of deer activity lately. So in nature, I feel totally, because I grew up on 20 acres of basically trees. I think there was 19 acres of trees and then 1 acre for like lawns, houses, things like that. And in each direction from the house that I grew up in, if you went a half mile, there'd be less than 10 houses in either direction. So not many people around. And we lived in a smaller house, and my parents would, if the weather was nice, they would expect us to not be inside. So there weren't a lot of neighborhood children around, so I spent a lot of my time just playing with plants and climbing trees and being in nature. So I feel very comfortable in nature. I've met people who, they don't like going into forests. It scares them. I've had some of my city friends from Seattle stay with me, and my house scares them because it's too quiet and dark at night. They're so accustomed to all of the activity and all of the street lights and the sirens and all those things that when they stay with me, they feel uncomfortable, because it's just, at night here it's quiet and dark. And personally, I like that. So for me, it's really easy for me to feel as part of the whole of existence when I'm in a natural setting. And for me, nature is created by the divine, this great spirit, however you want to, whatever word you want to use to describe that energy or thing or being. But then when I went to university, I moved from a town of 800 people, living outside of a town of 800 people, to a city of 90,000. And that's not even a big city, to be honest. 90,000 isn't that big of a place. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Compared to like New York City or even Seattle, or Vancouver, or so in the city, I did not feel part of the whole at all. There was a lot of just shocking realities for me in the city. And it was all man-made, the roads and the sirens and the street lights and traffic lights and all the buildings. And yes, I live in a place where they do have a lot of trees in the town, on the streets, and people do tear out their lawns and have kitchen gardens in their front yard instead of a lawn. There's a lot of that going on, and there's the bay, so you can look out onto the bay, which connects to the top of the Puget Sound, which connects to the Pacific Ocean. So so there was a lot of nature still, but in my day-to-day, because I didn't have a car then, so I was on foot and using public transportation for the first time, it was very man-made. It was very city. It was very, it took me a while to adjust to the hustle and bustle. But then there were so many things that I saw that I just didn't agree with. And that's kind of the nature of a college campus anyways, is people come there with all sorts of different ideas. And there's people who just would get up in the middle of Red Square and say all sorts of different types of things, and some of them I agreed with and some of them I didn't. And that's kind of the nature of a college campus anyways. But downtown in my town, or my city, I guess, that's closest to me, every Friday there's a protest downtown. It's like just a thing where people come with signs, and it's about all sorts of different things. But just as people are getting off of work and going to enjoy the weekend, there's always large groups of people with different signs about who knows what. You never know what they're going to be calling to your attention. So there's definitely, I come across parts of American culture, and living on the West Coast, it seems, because I haven't really spent much time back east or in the Midwest, or it seems like there's a lot of pockets of different ways of being, and different little subcultures within the bigger culture. But what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there's a lot of things in our culture that, and maybe it's because of my upbringing, maybe it's because I'm just a free spirit or something, there's a lot of things that I disagree with. And so when it came to myself as feeling part of the whole, like, how do I come to terms? How do I reconcile feeling part of a whole when I don't like everything? How do you feel like you're a part of the whole when the whole doesn't fit me? So then I have a choice. So then it came to me that I do have a choice. What I choose to participate in, what I choose to think about, what I choose to read, what I choose to watch, what I choose to spend my time on. That's my choice. So I can participate in the things that I enjoy, and I can avoid, oh, sorry, I have paint on my hand, other things that I don't agree with. And then that got me to thinking that when my kids were small, if they were doing something that I didn't like, but I kept on like, oh, don't do that, don't do that, they would just do it. It would become more of a habit because they were getting attention for doing the things that I didn't approve of. Like, for example, my daughter loves to climb things. So she would like put feet on and hands on both sides of the hallway, and there was a tile floor beneath, and she would like monkey up the hallway walls. And I was like, don't do that, you're gonna fall. But the more attention I gave her about it, she just wanted to do it more, and it was fun. So she just kept on doing it. And what I realized is, if I'm enforcing her bad behavior, then she just did it more and more and more. But if I noticed when she was doing something that I liked her doing, and if I complimented her, or, wow, that drawing is really cool, or, oh, I like the way you dressed up the pony, or, oh, I like the whatever, the little thing that you made. If I gave her that sort of attention, then she kept on wanting attention. It didn't really matter if the attention she was getting was negative or positive. It was attention. I was giving her energy in those moments. So that's would encourage whichever behavior because she was getting attention. And I feel like for me, as feeling part of the whole, it's the same sort of thing. Like, I'm not saying that if I completely ignore the existence of the things that I don't agree with within our country, within our culture, that they're going to go away. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that if I want to increase or make stronger the things that I do enjoy, then I should focus on them and share them with people and go in that direction. And so then I started asking myself, to feel part of the whole, what is the most important things to me? And for me, it's living peacefully, living in an environment of love, and spending my time doing things that I enjoy, spending time doing things that feed my soul. And so what feeds my soul is I enjoy being in nature. I enjoy sitting with trees. I enjoy watching the deer. The hummingbirds have been going crazy around here lately. I enjoy watching plants develop in different stages. I enjoy making art. I enjoy painting and spinning and knitting and all those lovely, wonderful things. I really enjoy helping people. Basically everything that I've done that's made money has been all about helping people. Whether it's serving them food or helping them with beading classes or teaching something, or it's all of my income has come from helping people. And so yes, there are potholes in life. There are things that come up that distract us from creating the ideal life, the life that we really, really love, the life that makes us feel full, the life that is beyond our wildest imagination, most likely. Yes, so once in a while, yeah, you'll hit a pothole, things will get off kilter, but as my dear, dear friend Sean, as he always says, eyes on the prize. So I will focus on helping people, I will focus on making art, and I will focus on living a loving and peaceful life, and hopefully inspire others to do the same, so that within this community of people who want to live a peaceful and loving life, that will hopefully eventually take over our entire culture. Blessings on your day.